Hello all Which Bookie followers and welcome back to another Ante-Post selection for the Cheltenham Festival. Just round the corner now, 7 days to go as of this morning, so this time next week we're all going to be leading up to the Tuesday at Cheltenham, and fingers crossed we can have a successful week. Currently the Ante-Post book has taken a few hits, a few non-runners in there and a few horses in pretty good shape. So unfortunate non-runners like Mrs Milner in the Stayers, not unlikely, definitely not going to run latest exhibition, unfortunately, no longer with us as well. But we've also got good ones like Brandy Love for the Mares Novice at 25, Bardenstein Lad for the Bartlett at 50s, and so on. The selection for today comes in the Mares Hurdle, so the race that will be run this time next week on the Tuesday, and it's a mare that we've actually had a near miss with, and we've fired a blank with her for the Stayers Hurdle, and it is the aforementioned Mrs Milner. I think she's got a great chance in this race. I've been going round trying to do circles around this field, and I know my colleague Will Smith earlier in the year put up both Queen's Brook and Tell Me Something Girl at really attractive each way prices, and the two of them would have to have a very good chance. Tell Me Something Girl's probably too short at this stage for me. She's around 3-1. Doesn't look like a brilliant price to me because I don't think she's a world beater, and as much as she's a deserved favourite, I think she's a fair price at 3-1, but she's not a big price by any means, and I don't think she should be that much shorter. Queen's Brook is definitely a horse I've got my eye on from an each way perspective, considering she ran very well behind Burning Victory, and I think she might be able to overturn that form from Punchestown. Heaven Help Us was a mare I really liked for this race for the majority of the season. I'm just a little bit concerned. There's been a few too many flat runs, and I think she wants to potentially dominate from the front, and I don't think she'll be able to do that with Stormy Ireland in the race. So that's something that's slightly putting me off her, even though I have backed her. So that leaves us with Mrs Milner, who's going to be held up in this race, you'd have to think, off what will be a brisk gallop, and it will all be about her travelling in this race. I think people think she's a bit short on speed because she won the Pertemps last year over 3 miles, but she showed an awful lot of tactical speed to get out of bad situations in the Pertemps. She was badly hampered a few times, and I think she's actually a very, very good mare. She disappointed in the long distance hurdle. I put her up obviously for the Stayers the week before the long distance, hoping she'd go and win that, and that would be her route, of course. But she disappointed. It was a strange race. Paisley Park went out in front with On the Blind Side. They went a mad gallop. She ended up having to do an awful lot of donkey work to get into the race and ended up not seeing it out. I think you can put a line through that run. I think she's much better than that. And I think even though form lines would suggest she has to find at grade 1 level, I think there's a bit more improvement to come from this mare, and the vibes from the yard are that she'll run a big race. I think they've had Cheltenham in mind ever since that race at November. They've given her time. They backed off her for a bit, gave her time to freshen up, and she seems to be now in very good form going to Cheltenham. And given that she's 1 from 2 at the track, and the time she got defeated was only a half length by On the Blind Side, she's got good course form and obviously shows an aptitude for travelling over. She's a good jumper. She's bold if anything, but I think that won't be any harm in a race like this, where she'll probably have to jump well to keep her posse through the early stages of the race. And if she's in touch coming down the hill, she's got a very good chance of getting in the frame. She's currently 9-1 with Sky Bet. That is non-runner no bet, because pretty much every bookmaker at the moment is non-runner no bet, and that concession is fair enough, just in case something does happen her in the next week. But the plan is for her to run 9-1 each way with Sky Bet. Seems like a decent enough price for Mrs Milner to hopefully hit the board and win at her second consecutive Cheltenham Festival in the Mares Hurdle on Tuesday. Best of luck.